DeFi 1.0. Everybody knows the big dogs. What do I mean that everyone knows the big dogs? The big dogs are the centralized exchanges in the world, most notably in the spot markets. Binance, Kraken, Coinbase, Huobi, etc. Centralized markets have been and will continue to be the #1 location for spot trading in virtual currencies and select utility tokens, non-security or asset-backed. By utility token, we mean non-security or asset-backed. There are thousands of better articles that have covered centralized exchanges with more in-depth analysis. We do not need to rehash the central exchanges. The biggest development that the greater population needs to know about is the rapid advancement of decentralized finance, or DeFi for short. Some of you watching this more than likely already know about the greater DeFi space, but many of you do not understand or have a hard time understanding the complete ecosystem. So who would blame them? So far, the DeFi space as a whole has done a horrible job communicating with the public. The macro analysis coverage of the entire ecosystem is almost non-existent. The next evolution is better user experience. The first generation of dApps was built by blockchain enthusiasts for blockchain enthusiasts. These dApps did a great job of demonstrating exciting new DeFi possibilities, but the usability left something to be desired. The latest iterations of DeFi apps are prioritizing design and ease of use in order to take open finance to a wider audience. That was from Sid Coelho in his article, A Beginner's Guide to Decentralized Finance. This article is an official DeFi industry public relations campaign. Here at Lotus Creek, we believe the industry's current growth, greater evolution, and acquisition of new users in DeFi is extremely insufficient. We are tackling this head on to serve the public and the industry by taking the PR lead through our magazine and educational YouTube content. We will be the #1 source in delivering the macro coverage of the DeFi space. DeFi 1.0. DeFi 1.0 constitutes the beginning era, Adam and Eve, the Bitcoin and Ethereum from 2015 to 2020. These two protocols shaped the centralized markets and exchanges and the decentralized financial system of today. DEX. DEX is an automated decentralized exchange, commonly known as a DEX, who utilize automated market-making techniques to settle trades. Complete analysis of each of the top aggregators and exchanges are coming soon. Stablecoins and decentralized reserve banks, offshoot borrowing and lending, and also prediction markets. There are several other dApp usages as well that are not posted. The top stated uses comprise the top operations in existence today. We will focus primarily on DEXs and aggregators. DeFi 1.0. DeFi 1.0 constitutes the beginning era, Adam and Eve, Bitcoin and Ethereum from 2015 to 2020. These two protocols shaped the centralized markets and exchanges along with the decentralized financial system of today. A DEX. A DEX is an automated decentralized exchange, commonly known as a DEX, who utilize automated market-making techniques to settle trades. Complete analysis of each of the top exchanges and aggregators are coming soon. Stablecoins, decentralized reserve banks, borrowing and lending, and prediction markets. These are the top use cases. There are several other dApp usages as well that are not posted. The stated uses comprise the top operations in existence today. We will focus primarily on DEXs and aggregators. The silo and siloed. Remember earlier I told you about the industry being siloed? The current state of affairs within the DEX aggregator ecosystem and a shot across the bow comes from the latest article in 0x. 0x claims to bring more transparency to the industry and open up the conversation on how to objectively measure and compare the top performance of aggregators. They also cover liquidity wars, and this is no understatement. The DEX who can provide the most liquidity will win. Price slippage, although not entirely, is directly correlated to the lack of liquidity in the individual silos. Now, the industry has moved into staking, which is a great evolution, and a full analysis is best left for another article. Transparency is indeed lacking from Uniswap and 1inch. An old saying is in finance is more complexity does not mean higher return. Most of the time, higher complexity equals lower returns. No such industry standard exists for settling trades in DeFi. To each their own. I told you so. 0x Labs is leading the industry with their latest article. This was long overdue. The average end user has little quality information on the inner workings of each DEX. Again, if DEXs want to stay competitive in the marketplace long term, they need to think about customer acquisition outside of the hardcore enthusiast. They can start to do this by thinking about the end user first, then reverse engineer backwards. The pure complexity of the ecosystem and network needs to evolve, but exactly into what? The answer to this question might ultimately rest on who provides the best ecosystem and user experience for all users, not just the enthusiasts. Unfortunately, builders and developers have hit a strong tide of user adoption for the mass market. DeFi 2.0. Where is DeFi going? 0x Labs is leading the pack. We'll just start here and we will end here. The ecosystem of 0x, from their API mesh order system, Matcha, and hopefully the revamp of their instant product, puts them leaps and bounds ahead of the competition. How will they take market share from Uniswap? Beating them on price is a great start, but will they acquire the next evolution and generation of users? So if you want the latest and greatest of the DeFi space, remember to download and subscribe Coin and Token magazine today. We are your #1 DeFi magazine and updates. Check our YouTube channel for educational content.